Did you know that some of the most luxurious hotels in the United States are also haunted by spirits so terrifying that guests have fled before sunrise? Now, imagine spending a whole night in America's spookiest hotel, alone. Would you survive until morning? Well, I just did, and you won't believe what happened after the lights went out. Welcome to Factual America, the channel where we dive deep into the weird, wild, and sometimes downright chilling corners of the United States. If you've ever wondered what it's really like to spend the night in a place where history and hauntings collide, stick around, because today I'm sharing my first-hand experience of surviving a night at the legendary and infamous Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Now, this isn't your average travel vlog or a ghost hunter's shaky camera adventure. This is about one night, one haunted hotel, and a whole lot of things I couldn't explain away. I want you to keep watching because what I saw, heard, and felt at the Stanley goes way beyond the usual ghost stories you hear at campfires. And if you've ever debated booking a room in a famously haunted hotel, you'll want to watch this all the way through. All right, let's set the stage. The Stanley Hotel isn't just famous for its mountain views and classic American charm. It's the real-world inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. King actually stayed here, and after his own bone-chilling encounter, he penned the novel that would terrify millions. And let me tell you, when you check in, the haunted history practically greets you before the staff does. Built in 1909 by inventor Freeland Oscar Stanley, the Stanley Hotel quickly became a retreat for the rich and famous. But somewhere along the way, its permanent guest list seems to have included spirits from another world. I arrived just before dusk, the Rocky Mountains painted gold in the fading sun. The grand entryway looked all charm and elegance, but there was an unmistakable chill in the air, and I'm not talking about the mountain breeze. From the moment I set foot inside, I was hit by the distinct scent of old wood and something else, something I can only describe as electric, like the static before a thunderstorm. At check-in, the receptionist smiled knowingly. "Room 217, she said, sliding over the old brass key. "Let us know if you need anything, or if someone needs to be escorted out of your room." Her grin was half joke, half warning. If you've read The Shining, you'll know room 217 is the very suite that motivated Stephen King's nightmare. And trust me, the hotel leans all the way in. Photos of King, vintage typewriters, and stories from guests whose stays didn't go as planned. As I rolled my suitcase toward that infamous door, I started feeling like someone was watching me, or maybe like I was intruding. Room 217 was almost untouched by time. Victorian-era furniture, creaky hardwood floors, and the clawfoot tub King described. But as soon as I shut the door, it felt like I wasn't alone. The air grew noticeably colder, the silence was thick, and my phone, fully charged minutes before, suddenly blinked to 0%. My first chill, and the night was just getting started. I set up my camera and decided to test a few legends. The first, Mrs. Wilson, the original housekeeper, is said to fuss over guests in room 217, unpacking their bags, folding their clothes, or more unsettlingly, appearing at the foot of the bed. To tempt fate, I tossed my coat on the chair and left my bag open. I sat on the bed, camera rolling, and waited. Then, just as I was getting comfortable, the closet door creaked open. Not a slam, not a breeze, just a slow, deliberate swing. I went over, heart pounding, and found my coat had been neatly hung inside with the bag zipped up beside it. Now, maybe a draft did it, maybe I forgot, but I know I had deliberately left those things out. I laughed it off, but I couldn't ignore the sudden smell of lavender, a scent often mentioned in guests' accounts of Mrs. Wilson's presence. Determined not to spook myself out, I went downstairs to the hotel's billiard room. Turns out, that's where Freeland Stanley's ghost is said to hang out, forever enjoying his favorite pastime. The air felt just a little heavier here. The balls on the pool table trembled as if someone had bumped them, but I was the only person there. An employee told me guests often hear old-timey music late at night, even when the room's empty. I thought it was just the mood until, as I recorded some footage, a faint piano melody drifted in from nowhere, clear as day. But when I went to the music room, it was empty, the keyboard coated in dust. Back in my room, it was officially after midnight. This is where things took a turn from creepy to downright terrifying. As I tried to sleep, yes, tried, my suitcase unzipped itself with a slow, echoing whine. The lights flickered, and I heard a child laughing in the hallway. Goosebumps. Instant. Peeking out, there was no one in sight, but a faint giggle trailed off down the corridor, past rooms rumored to house the ghosts of former guests. These weren't jump scares or camera tricks. This was my reality for the next 6 hours. The final test was the bathroom mirror. Many claim that if you glance at it just after 3 a.m., you'll see a figure behind you. I didn't want to believe it, but curiosity got the better of me. At 3:12 a.m., I stared at my reflection, and for a split second, a pale, old-fashioned woman's face flashed by behind me. I whipped around. Nothing. My heart threatened to leap out of my chest. By sunrise, I hadn't slept a wink. The sun's golden rays chased away the strange cold, the playful laughter, the piano music that made no sense. I made my way to the lobby, bags under my eyes and mind racing. Did I survive a night in America's spookiest hotel? Absolutely. Would I do it again? Maybe, if enough of you want me to. So here's where you come in. Would you spend a night in a haunted hotel? Have you experienced something you just couldn't explain? Drop your stories in the comments. Let's see who's braver or crazier. And if you enjoyed this ghostly adventure, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a journey into the wild side of America. From haunted hotels to hidden treasures, Factual America is your backstage pass to the most intriguing spots in the States. Until next time, stay curious. And if you ever find yourself at the Stanley Hotel, keep an eye on your suitcase. You never know who or what might be unpacking it for you.